This is the Nobels ODR-mini 2, the brand new generation of the ODR-mini overdrive pedal, and released to coincide with the brand new full-size flagship, which is the ODR-1. Now this video is going to be an in-depth demo and review of the ODR-mini 2. I've had it for a few weeks. Nobels sent me this pedal to make this video and I've played it a lot in that time. I also have a lot of experience with ODR-1s through the years and with the original ODR-mini, which I've owned for quite a few years and love as well. So there's a lot to say about this pedal and I'm going to play it for you in as many different musical styles as possible as well, with single coil pickups and with humbuckers. So hopefully by the end of this video you'll know whether or not this pedal is going to be for you. But I'm going to start by telling you about the features and the infos that you need to know. Now, of course, if you're watching this video, you'll be familiar with the ODR-1 and the ODR pedal family, but just in case you're not, well, the ODR-1 was the Nashville session players' sort of secret pedal, their tonal secret weapon for years, because it gives an amazing sparkly boost to Telecasters, which are of course a mainstay of country music and the Nashville scene. But in recent years, the ODR-1 has become a much more widely accepted and widely known pedal. It's no longer a cult. It's found on pedalboards all over the world and is used for pretty much any genre of music. It does fantastic clean boosts, it does great sparkly teletones, it does great low and medium gain overdrive tones, but there's plenty of oomph in this pedal as well, so you can get it to do some pretty gnarly hard rock sounds as well, and we're going to try all of those in this video. Now, as of time of filming, November 2024, the ODR-mini 2 is on sale over here in Europe for about €77, so very much in the realms of affordable pedals right now. Just for contrast, the ODR-1 flagship, which has also just come out, is €147. I've just checked it this morning, so it's about half the price of the full-size flagship. Is it worth that money for what you get? Well, this is what you get. Now, the eagle-eyed among you will have noticed that the ODR-mini 2 has 4 knobs, whereas the original ODR-mini just had 3. So on this one, we've got your traditional drive, level, and spectrum controls for your overdrive, your volume level, and your tonal tweaking, but the 4th knob is the much-needed, much-desired bass cut roll-off knob. You can use this knob to basically wind out any unwanted low-end frequencies in your tone. Now, the original ODR-1-mini doesn't have a bass cut roll-off knob. It was full bass all the time. It had a truckload of low end in it, and that meant that it was great for fattening up tellies, but when you were using thicker humbuckers like on a Les Paul, for example, well, sometimes it was quite hard to control. But no problems with this pedal. You can use this variable bass cut control knob to roll off any low end that you don't want and tighten up your tone to make it perfect for whatever style of music you're playing. Now, you can also see that the ODR-2 has had a bit of an aesthetic overhaul compared to the original. It looks a bit more like the new ODR-1X. It's more part of the family now, and interestingly, it looks very similar to this, the Nobels ODR-mini, which has also just come out. Probably videos on my channel at this point, or check out the link in the description to see more of it on the Nobels website. But look, you can see that there's sort of a mini family of Nobels pedals appearing, and I bet you there's going to be more coming in the future. So sub to my channel if you want to see more of those pedals. But anyway, what else can you do with this pedal? Well, you've got the glow-in-the-dark knobs, which is something of a trademark for Nobels now. You can power it via a standard power supply between 9 and 18 volts, so if you want the extra headroom of 18 volts, you've got that too. This pedal is true bypass, just like the original ODR-mini, and it also comes with the Mountie P mounting systems from Nobels if you want to use that to attach this pedal to your pedal board. So those are the specs and the features of the ODR-mini 2, and now it's time to hear it. I'll be doing as many different riffs from as many different musical genres as I can manage today, so hopefully there's going to be something for everybody. Timestamps down there to all the different genres so you can find what floats your boat best. And I'll be using 2 different guitars, my Fender Telecaster for single coil tones and my Epiphone Les Paul for the humbucking sounds. Note that my Telly has a neck humbucker installed, but I've got it split down to true single coil tones throughout. My amp for today is going to be my Hughes & Kettner Black Spirit 200 head. For most of the demo, we'll be on the clean channel on a pretty neutral tone with just a bit of reverb engaged, but we'll also check the ODR-mini 2 into the crunch channel of the amp to hear how it works as a boost in that context. And once I'm done playing riffs, I've got a couple of loops for you where I really get to twist the knobs on the pedal and also compare it to the original ODR-mini, where we really get to hear how different and how similar the 2 pedals sound, and also how significant this bass cut roll-off control is. So stick around for all of those riffs and all of those tones, and afterwards I'll speak to you in a bit more detail about the ODR-mini 2. Okay then, so that was the Nobels ODR-mini 2, and I hope you enjoyed the playing, the riffs, and the tones. Leave me a thought down there telling me your thoughts and your opinions on this pedal. Did you like the sounds? Do you think the bass cut roll-off knob is worth it? Do you think it's a worthwhile investment over the ODR-mini? I'm really looking forward to hearing what you folks think in the comments as usual. But now it's time for me to tell you my thoughts about this pedal. Like I said, Nobels gave this to me to make some videos with, so that's exactly what I'm doing. And, well, I've played it quite a lot since I've got it. It's a fantastic pedal. I love my ODRs. I've loved them for years now, and I love the whole range that you can get at this current moment in time. And by the way, if you'd like to hear me test out the ODR-mini 2 against the ODR-1X and the original ODR-mini and the ODR-1 BC bass cut and the gold ODR-1 30th anniversary edition pedal, well, you can do that at this other video elsewhere on my channel. So make sure to do that afterwards if you'd like to hear me comparing all 5 of the Nobels family. But the ODR-mini 2 has that Nobels DNA, so it does fantastic tones and it works for the kind of music that I love. I'm a huge indie rock and alternative rock fan, and this pedal's fantastic for me with single coils and with humbuckers too. And I do have to say straight off the bat that I think that this bass cut roll-off knob is sort of a game changer for the ODR-mini, and it really elevates the ODR-mini 2 over the original ODR-mini in that context. Now, with the original ODR-mini, quite often when I was playing with the Les Paul, I just had too much low-end thump, which I didn't really like, and you couldn't dial it out. That's now a thing of the past because you can do that with the ODR-mini 2. The ODR-mini original is still a fantastic pedal and I still love it, and right now it's been blown out for about €49 or $49 everywhere, so that's a fantastic price. But at 77 for this, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. And it's a fantastically versatile overdrive pedal too, the ODR-mini. I mean, it can do everything from those clean boosts to the twangy telly stuff, that top end sparkle. It can do great low and medium gain drive tones. It does a mean classic rock, and it's really good for hard rock and punk rock as well. You're going to probably be wanting to moving up to humbuckers and hotter pickups to do stuff like that, but it can even dip its toe into metal and drop D stuff as well. It really works for that. It's a fantastic sounding pedal throughout, and with these 4 controls, with the spectrum control and with the bass cut roll-off knob, it's really easy to dial in tones in pretty much any genre. So I really like this pedal in terms of the way it sounds, and I like pretty much everything else about it as well. It's a lovely chunky little beast. It's a tiny bit fatter, about a millimetre or so fatter than the original ODR-mini, and it's built like a tank as well. I really think this is a super solid pedal that's never going to break. I like the fact that we've got these Mountie P mounting options on the back. It's not something I've used yet, but the fact that it's there, well, it's a nice thing to have. That's the same thing with the 9 to 18 volts operation as well. I've been on 9 volts the entire time with this pedal. I don't need the extra headroom of 18, but if you want that, well, you've got it too. I like the fact that this is true bypass as well. The older ODR-1 pedals were all buffered bypass. They've changed that with the new ODR-1X, where you can switch between true and buffered bypass, but the minis being true bypass is something that I really like. The glow-in-the-dark knobs are super cool as well, and I love the slime green colour of the enclosure too. So there's a whole lot to like about this pedal, but what don't I like so much about it? Well, actually there's nothing. I mean, for €77 in this day and age, this is a fantastic value for money pedal, and if you're thinking about maybe getting a Nobels and you don't want to spend the $150 or so to get the ODR-1X, well, the ODR-mini 2 is a fantastic option. I mean, what's not to like about it? It's really small, it's really compact, it sounds fantastic, it's true bypass, you've got this bass roll-off knob, it just does everything that I would want it to, and a little bit more. You know, it's a fantastic addition to the range, and it sounds wonderful. So nothing to complain about with this pedal whatsoever. But if you've been looking at Nobels pedals, and you're thinking about, well, which of the family should I go for? Well, the ODR-mini 2 should definitely be high up your shortlist to try. Now, I'll go straight off the bat and say that I think it's definitely an upgrade to the ODR-mini in everything apart from price, of course. And, well, the big question is going to be, should you buy the ODR-mini 2 or should you spring almost double the money, about $150 or €150 for the new full-sized flagship, the ODR-1X? Well, the ODR-1X, of course, offers you a bit more. You can run it between 9 or 18 volts. You can flick between true and buffered bypass. It's got the bass cut roll-off knob as well, and it's got a gain boost, which can give you up to 29 decibels of additional gain boost. So if you want that, well, you should go for the big one. But one massive advantage that the ODR-mini 2 has over the ODR-1X is the fact that the bass cut roll-off knob is much bigger and much easier to use. It's very fiddly on the ODR-1X. It's one of those mini knobs, and well, it's usable, but it's kind of set and forget. With this one, it's going to be really easy to bend down to your pedal board and just roll it like this with your finger nice and easily. You can't do that with the ODR-1X. And of course, the ODR-mini 2 is half the price price and, well, about half the size as well. So in that regard, well, it's a tough decision really. For me personally, if I was stepping into the ODR-1 game for the first time and I had the means, the ODR-1X gives me everything. But if not, if I've already got an ODR-1 and if I just want something with a bass roll-off option, well, the ODR-mini 2 is very, very tempting indeed. And of course these pedals all sound very similar in their bass tones. Compared to the original ODR-mini, I think these pedals sound identical when you've got the bass not rolled off at all with the ODR-mini 2. But if you're thinking between the ODR-mini and the ODR-mini 2, get the Mini 2 if you can spring the extra 20 or 30 euros or dollars, because the bass cut is really going to give you many more tonal options and possibly save your bacon in a live or recording context at some point when you whip out the humbuckers. Now, if you've been watching this video and you're interested in a mini overdrive pedal that does something similar, well, there are going to be a couple of other options that I would recommend from my personal collection: the MXR Timmy, the MXR Duke of Tone, and the Wampler Tumnus Mini. Those are all fantastic pedals. They're all great for transparent overdrive tones, but give you a bit more oomph as well, in a similar vein to the ODR-mini. And I actually did a video comparing those three to the original ODR-mini, which you can watch elsewhere on my channel, should you wish to. But the addition of this bass cut roll-off knob on the ODR-mini 2 is really going to make the ODR-mini 2 way more competitive to the other pedals than the original ODR-mini. And of course, this pedal is about half the price of those other ones. So that's worth taking into consideration as well. Now, I hope that this video has answered all of the questions that you may have had about the ODR-mini 2, but let me know if there's anything else you'd like to know and I shall do my best to answer you. Please don't forget to check out the other videos that I've done with all of the new Nobels pedals, including the brand new ODR-1X. And if you'd like to hear more from the Nobels Delay Mini, well, that's going to be on my channel as well. And if there's anything else you want to hear, if you'd like to hear me shoot this out against any of my other pedals, let me know down there in the comments. I'm open to any of that stuff. But that's been it for today's video. Leave a like and a sub if you haven't already. But I've been Rich, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.